Hi everyone, I'm No BSBS and I'm officially 1 week post-op for my gastric sleeve surgery. I am 31 years old, 5'4". On the day of surgery I weighed 198.9 pounds and today, 1 week later, I weigh 188.5 pounds. So I want to go ahead and just talk about how this week has been, my healing process, what I've been eating, and how difficult everything has been. So pretty much just psychologically, and I guess physically. So one of the things I was surprised about is the pain from my incisions went away pretty quickly. Sorry, this is another late video, so I'm kind of out of it. The first 2 days were really hard. Specifically the first day after I got out of the hospital, I was in quite a bit of pain. One of my concerns, for those of you who have watched my previous videos before having the surgery, was not being able to sleep on my back. Not my back, my stomach, because I always sleep on my stomach. When I was in the hospital, that wasn't a problem. Whatever drugs they gave me, really, I could sleep in any position. And then even when I got out of the hospital, for the first 2 days, I pretty much just slept off and on all day and was very much drugged up. And I was able to sleep on my back, which was great because then I didn't have any incision pain. Now I actually switched down to only taking half a dose of pain medication whenever I need it. So now I can't sleep on my back anymore. I have to sleep on my side or my stomach. So in the morning I'm usually pretty sore because my incisions get rubbed on while I'm sleeping and, moving and rolling around and whatnot. But it's really not that bad. Like I said, I'm 1 week out, and the pain from all the incisions is almost completely gone. The main incisions obviously hurts the most. That's what everybody says, and that's true. It just has its little quirks, but it's not that bad anymore. The first few days, getting up and getting down hurt a lot. Standing up and sitting back down, just transitioning between those two positions hurts. But, like I said, a week out, it's not that bad. As always, I have my little notepad here telling me what I'm going to talk about. Let's see. So, I had a lot of fears after I got out of the hospital, some of which were kind of irrational, but I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. One of the things I worried about was staple leaking, overfilling my stomach because as I said from my previous video, I have actually been kind of a bottomless pit as far as liquids go, and it's been really weird just being able to drink whatever I want, almost like before the surgery. Of course, I'm not chugging water or anything. I still take sips, but my sips are pretty big, and I can take them back to back to back. In fact, all day I've always had something in my hand. So that I'm drinking or eating popsicles or just something almost all the time. So it's really weird that I've only had that full feeling twice. And it actually didn't start until recently when I had a Jell-O for breakfast. I've been having a cup of Jell-O for breakfast every morning. And maybe like 2 mornings ago, once I finished the cup of Jell-O, which I ate a whole cup of Jell-O in about 15 minutes, I actually felt full after that. So that was the first time I had any really full feeling from consuming anything. But it's kind of weird. I worry about when I actually start eating. But I've heard that they're 2 different monsters, so. Oh yeah, and when I ate that deal of Jell-O in 15 minutes, I felt like a pop. And I thought I had busted my staples because I was just so full. I was miserable. I wasn't nauseous, but it was just really weird. Like, I didn't want to move. I was kind of scared, but I got over it. I think I just ended up having some gas or something, and it passed, and I was fine. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to eat a Jell-O that quickly again. The other thing was blood clots. I was really worried about blood clots. At some point, my calves I got a sharp pain in one of my calves. And it did concern me to the point where I called my surgeon and I asked him about it. And he said, as long as your legs aren't swelling or you don't have a temperature, then you probably don't have a blood clot. And mainly he said swelling is the thing to look for. So of course I got online and I read a bit more, and apparently it's the vitamin deficiency that makes your legs spasm like that. And mine have been crampy and spasming, and it just hasn't been too much fun. As far as exercise goes, the day after I got out of the hospital, I walked like 2 miles. Since then, I haven't been as good about it. I walk every day. I just probably only a half a mile a day. I sit a lot. I went back to work almost immediately just because when you're self-employed, you almost don't have a choice. But I worked 3 hours like the day after I got out of the hospital, and then 3 hours the next day, and now I'm back on a normal schedule. So when I'm sitting or, working or watching TV, I try to move my feet to keep the blood pumping, since I know I'm not getting up as much as I should. Let's see. Eating. I'm really OCD about scheduling things. So basically, as soon as I get up in the morning, I have a Jell-O. And I'll have a water on the side, but I'm honestly not drinking a whole lot of water all day, which is bad because I really need to be more hydrated than I am. But I'll have a cup of Jell-O, and after I have my cup of Jell-O, I'll have a cup of soup, which is like about a 10-ounce cup of chicken broth. And then after that, I'll have a popsicle, and then I'll have another cup of chicken broth, and then I'll just have popsicles like one every hour. And then maybe I'll have a little bit of water. But that's been pretty much it, and surprisingly, I have not felt like crap too much. Not the typical like crap I would feel if I was intaking that few calories. So that really surprised me because I honestly thought this whole week was going to be hell. But I can truly say that I can't wait to start eating other things besides the broth, the Jell-O, and the popsicles. And all of this is sugar-free too, by the way, so I don't know, it's just been interesting, but I'm kind of sick of it, and as soon as I get off all of that, which will be on Thursday when I'll make another video, I'm gonna just switch my diet completely to soft foods, I think is what I go on next. I know that my diet doesn't really follow the norm. Usually it's liquids, clear liquids, the kind of liquids that you can't see through, like protein shakes and cream mushroom soup, whatever, and then pureed, and then soft food, and then finally you go on to solid food. But the way my surgeon does it isn't like that. It's pretty much clear liquids, and then after that you go on soft foods, and then hard foods, or whatever you can tolerate, you slowly add things back in. But my hair's being really bad today. But so that's kind of it with the diet. And then at nighttime, I kind of feel kind of weird, but not anything how I expected to feel. The weight has been coming off like crazy. I honestly didn't expect I would lose this much weight this quickly. It was like I blinked an eye and I went from like the high 190s to the 180s. And I was just thinking today about how much I struggled just to get from like 203 pounds to 199 pounds, how much I had to work out and beat myself up over it before the surgery, and now it's like I blinked and just 10 pounds was gone, so that's really crazy. That's pretty much all I had to talk about. I thought, well, this morning I knew I had like a whole bunch more to talk about, but I guess I didn't write it down when I should have, and like I said, it's really late now, it's almost midnight, so I'm a bit tired and getting a lot of brain fog. But I'll make another video on Thursday. That's going to be my first follow-up appointment with my surgeon. And that's when I'm going to get on vitamins, and that's when I'm going to get to switch to having a larger variety of things to eat. So, and that's also going to be a really long day. But I'm going to try to make a video Thursday night and tell y'all what went on. So anyway, have a good day, a good night, a good week, a good weekend, whatever time it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you on Thursday.